Welcome to our coverage of ASUG Annual Conference in Sapphire Now 2014. We're in the ASUG News Studio sponsored by NTT Data, and I'm joined by Dr. Steele Arbini of SNP, and we're going to talk about adapting IT in changing markets. And welcome Dr. Steele.
How you doing, Craig?
I'm doing well. And if you could give me a little background of SNP and what your role is there.
Sure. I'm the president of SNP, and we are the transformation company. And what we've noticed is that the age of new ERP implementation is basically over. Everybody that needed ERP, they have it already. The future of ERP is transformation. How do we adapt ERP software to the mergers and acquisitions, divestitures, and internal restructurings that companies are constantly going through? I'm sure you know that the last few months was the most busy time for M&A transaction in history. Somebody ultimately needs to merge those systems together, cleanse the data, and ultimately deliver a working system to the acquirer and the divestor.
Right, and so S&P is known as the transformation company. So what are you offering to SAP ERP customers to help that?
We offer productized services for any-to-any ERP transformation. We have the industry's only off-the-shelf software for any-to-any ERP transformation that can take your ERP transformation project literally from years to months. And when we say transformation, what do we mean? Of course we mean the business type transformations, mergers, acquisitions, divestitures, carve out. The technical side, system consolidation, internal restructuring, but also cloudification, and also freedom in the cloud. You know, typically with many cloud providers now, once you migrate to their cloud platform, you're stuck there. With our tool set, what we call T-Bone, Transformation Backbone, we give you the freedom in the cloud to move your data and not be locked in to any one cloud provider.
Right. And what are, just give me maybe an example, or it doesn't have to be specific, but maybe a general example of what value customers are maybe realizing. You know, you're saying they're cutting down their times from whatever months to days.
Sure.
What sort of value does that deliver?
Generally years to months. You know, our general approach that we tell customers all the time, why do a project manually with months and months and years of man-days of effort when you have a tool, a productized tool that can do it automatically? Why do you want to reinvent the wheel every time? Right. Our software is delivered with pre-built transformation rules and transformation content that cover most of the transformation scenarios you're going to encounter. We've delivered over 2,500 successful transformation projects with this tool set. So why not leverage the lessons learned from those 2,500 successful projects for your next ERP transformation, as opposed to try and do it from scratch with ETL tools and run the risk of making all the mistakes that you could possibly make with longer test cycles and all the tax and regulatory and compliance risk that comes along with that.
Right.
You know, we jokingly say, hey, we're SNP, we keep you out of jail. But you know, there's some truth there, because the regulatory risk that you undertake when you're transforming systems is really tremendous. One thing that we do is we can, if needed, transform the historical information as well. So it looks like you've been on the new system from day one. And that really eliminates your tax and regulatory risk and simplifies all your management processes that deal with that system.
Great, and you mentioned being the only out-of-the-box solution of your kind. So how does that differentiate you from your competitors?
Most of our competitors are doing it purely with human effort, hands-on approach, and they pursue every project as if it was the first time they encountered that problem. They're going to bring in a bunch of consultants to begin to analyze your data, develop transformation programs, and migrate your data from scratch as if it was the first time they encountered this problem. With every project we do, we build any new lessons learned, any new transformation scenarios back into the tool set so that the next customer that gets that has an out-of-the-box solution.
Great. And before we go, I had to ask, so I noticed on my, when I got my hotel key card, there was this interesting image. I didn't quite know. One side looked like New York. I couldn't really figure out. It was a drawing, and there was some big boats in the harbor, but on the other side of New York, I didn't quite know what that was. So could you explain what those? I should mention that you're sponsoring the hotel keys. So
Yes.
could you explain to what that
Sure.
that is?
We got a lot of interest in those hotel keys this trip, so it turned out to be a good sponsorship. One day, our CEO and some other executives from our company were in a local establishment in our office, near our office in Jersey City, New Jersey, and they met an artist at the bar, and they developed a friendship, and they commissioned the artist to draw this picture. Our offices in Jersey City are right on the Hudson River, and the section of the image that you mentioned that shows New York City, that's the view from our office window.
Right.
So we had that, and of course you see the Hudson River, and one of those boats in there is the Staten Island Ferry.
Oh.
And the other side, we have delivery centers all over the world,
Right.
and one of our delivery centers is in Heidelberg, Germany.
Right.
And that bridge is the bridge, they call it the Old Bridge in Heidelberg, and the other side of the card is Heidelberg, Germany, connecting our U.S. operations and our German delivery center through that. And it's a very interesting picture, and when they drew it, it's actually tremendous.
Yeah.
It's a very big picture, and we have it on the wall
Great.
in our office. So I invite you to come see it
All right.
when you're around next time.
That's great. Well, I appreciate your time. I appreciate SNP's support of this studio, and it's been great having you on talking about ERP transformations, and it'd be great to have you again.
It's a great pleasure.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
For more SAP stories, head to asugnews.com. Thank you.